Welcome to Samadhi Game. We're going to start just a little bit early today. We're going to be honoring this 9/11 day, honoring it with love, honoring it with remembrance of the hearts of those beautiful people, every one of those gifts that was being given gone when it was taken from the screen of life.
Yeah,
Honoring
out of the blue.
out
Well,
of the
actually,
blue
some had terror. Well, most had terror.
terror, but honoring that life and trying to do so without resentment, revenge, anger. Uh, um, and I know this is a tall order, but we're getting to the point now where we have to be able to live into this. And forgiveness and well being, because all of us on this planet, all of us, every one of us, whether we're brown skinned or yellow skinned or white skinned or black skinned, we all have the same hearts and the same love that moves us to give our gift gone. So I'm kind of speechless, but one of the things that I was noticing is when people post these things saying "never forget," I I can still feel the strains in that in those images of remember that this was done to us, that we were taken advantage of, that we were terrorized. Remember that you should be angry, that you should be resentful over the fact that we've lost so much.
And so many countries have had terrorism. And if they hated, they would never, the world wouldn't go on.
Thank you. Thank you. This is what I've been
I mean, I lived in
looking
Croatia,
for.
and, the Serbs, they were, Yugoslavia was like having New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Delaware. And then all of a sudden, one day they say, okay, New York is going to fight Jersey, which they do anyway, but horrible war. And if they continued to hate, the war would never end. And that's not good. So
No.
we have to not hate the Muslim brother.
No, and what did Jesus say about forgiveness?
70 times 7.
70 times 7, which is to say forever.
Keep going.
Keep going. Just keep going. Keep giving your heart away as love rather than as resentment, as anger, as revenge. Look at Shakespeare's In The Merchant of Venice. Take out that movie and look at it, how resentments and jealousies and prejudices can turn a life into an angry, unsightly image. Look at Shylock in that and see how his anger and his resentment over presumably a just damage to his being turned him into a very, very mean-spirited person. I want my pound of flesh. Dustin Hoffman.
No, Pacino.
Al Pacino played in that part, and just magnificent portrayal. So what we're asking today is love and forgiveness and joy, and to move forward rather than allow ourselves to be manipulated with the story that is being held in front of our eyes of it's been done to you, don't forget it. That's one story. We have to transcend that old 2D consciousness, and we're moving 3D consciousness, and we're moving into other dimensions of awareness now as this planet moves forward. And Samadhi Game is here to help us move forward. It's really here as an aid. It's a tool. These mantras of Samadhi Game help us to break the pattern, break the jealousy, the anger, the frustrations, and move into a higher realm where we can exist with love. And our lives can become reflective of that love, that joy, that freedom, that fun, that gift given gone, that unique gift to give gone, rather than an expression of resentment and anger and protection and guarding and armoring. I do massage therapy as well as Samadhi Game tribe ritual and all that we do with samadhi and processing. But I do body work. And I can't tell you how people's resentments and their angers become body armors. That when you actually touch the person, you can feel their tissue hardening in certain places as a result of this kind of anger and frustration and fear. And so I know from my own tangible experience this thing that happens to people on an individual basis, let alone what happens to a whole nation or a whole world.
Generations
and generations of hatred and resentment. And we don't want to teach our children resentment, revenge, retaliation. We want to teach them long-suffering, forgiveness 70 times 7. We want to teach them samadhi, bliss, the answering to the heart, what comes from the heart, what comes from their soul, as love, as direction. And until we can start to tune into that as adults, our children themselves will have a hard time tuning into it. So with Samadhi Game, we move into that presence of direction, that presence of forgiveness with each mantra, as we sign the signature of divine on our identity. So let's go ahead and sign that signature of divinity with the first mantra of the book. It's called the Shadowless Light of Samadhi. It's feeling, tone, and state of knowing. Come on. Let's do it together. Let's stand tall as a nation in forgiveness and in love and moving forward with our courageous hearts, our gifts given gone. And we stand in that eternal light. O glorious shadowless light of eternity, that brilliance of I Am Samadhi, shining in the void as 10,000 suns, descend, 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 as the tangible substance of loving splendor, dazzling intelligence, and palpable power for all to absorb and identify with, as the full and only authority throughout the earth, the boundless treasure house of the universe, and our infinite I Am Samadhi, of scintillating fire and dazzling light, that I am. I release the power of mastery without limit now, revealing the self and flooding forth perfect miracles and all activities, bringing to pass the enlightenment of the ages,
and letting every being on
earth sense and surrender to the intimacy of this light. Everywhere, the fullness of this self expanding as love, wisdom, and joy forever. Now, great songs of praise and gratitude burst forth from the heart of humanity for that silent splendor poured out to all. Now, pure love flows forth from the heart of the secret love star, drenching the earth with the glory and ecstasy of golden pink liquid light. Now, the oneness of supreme love, wisdom, and blazing joy overwhelms this world of duality in its glowing orb of transmutation, reconciliation, and dominion, making of Tara a smiling sun of everlasting, all-powerful, limitless light, casting no shadow, and in which only that absolute perfection can forever dwell. Now, I am limitless gifts of all good things, anointing the earth with abundance, healing, and happiness for all mankind. O presence of the shadowless light from out the great silence, we identify with thee now. I am the elation and exhilaration, freedom and liberation of this eternal experience and gnosis of Samadhi, its ecstatic hearing, blissful feeling, cosmic scent, sublime taste, and immaculate vision, holding all safely within that compassionate diamond heart forever. I intensify this feeling tone of I Am Shadowless Light, in acknowledgement, acceptance, and awareness, surrender, devotion, and adoration for this state of knowing that, this all-pervading I Am Samadhi, the intelligence of the heart that is divine illumination. I, and here you can say your name, I'm going to say mine, the Ascended Master Gregory Donald Brinkley Living Super Yogi Brilliance, am awake, as is the Ascended Master Jesus, to this shadowless light, its feeling, tone, and state of knowing, that I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. With each mantra that we give, we begin to pressurize the consciousness with the ideation that is within this mantric form. And it takes that pressure, it takes that constant application of this idea of samadhi to overcome the pressure of the dual human ego, which would say anger, revenge, get even, be right, hold your ground, don't give. How many times have we experienced this in our relationships when we think that we're right and our partner is wrong, and we just stand there and go, mm-mm, mm-mm, and what happens? You create a barrier down the middle of the two of you. And so the same thing happens with anything. So it takes the bigger person to finally say, it's okay. I surrender. Let's move on. And give into the hands of the Almighty this ongoing walk that we have with each other and with life. All of our Muslim brothers are beautiful, beautiful souls. How can anyone say that this is somehow a religion of hatred? It is not. Our Christian brothers, our Muslim brothers, our Buddhist brothers, all of the religions of the world have taught love. Mm-hmm. And it's just a few, of these, a few people in the Christian religion, a few people in the Buddhist religion, a few people in the Muslim religion that go haywire and decide they've got to kill people for whether it be no reason or some reason, and they want to get attention. These errants know no bounds. It doesn't matter whether they're Muslim or Christian or Buddhist or Jain. Or even
What's Jain?
Jain is another religion in the East. It's like a Hinduism. Hindu. It doesn't matter. Each religion has its own shortcomings, its own failings. And one of the reasons that Samadhi Game is written is to get beyond religion, to get to a direct connection with the Almighty Presence within you. Finally, after all these eons, there's a way of saying, I have a direct connection. There's someone standing up and saying, we have direct connection with Almighty Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Son, Conscious, Neutral Witness Awareness. That I am. Just like Moses. Finally. It's taken all these years. We've gone through all of this control and manipulation. We're susceptible to it. We're cultured in it. And so that's why when a story is created about 9/11 and about how we need to hate, we need to remember. I take a breath and I stand back and I say, wait.
First of all, how could anyone forget?
Yeah, how can
you can't forget. It's not like it was a car accident that you don't want to remember you ever had, but it's something that 3,000 people died. But as a result of that, we retaliated, and how many people died? Over 60,000 in Afghanistan and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabia. Now Syria,
Iraq.
Yeah. So we got back our due. We got the good time to slap people in the face.
And now it's time to forgive,
and
let go, and move forward. Let's go on to another mantra. Let's protect ourselves. The greatest protection that we have is the light within our hearts, the love, the sound frequency of eternity that resonates down to the marrow of our bones. Let's give the pillar of light, the pillar of the world. Come on with us. Sublime I am Samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light, blazes that love as the violet compassionate flame, in, through, and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all eye contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I Am Samadhi. Eternity is my home. I do all that is necessary to actualize this ever-fresh realization and organize my life around it. And so we've established this light about our bodies by our thought form. Every thought form that we have contains energy. Every thought has substance to it. We can go through our lives thinking about this and this commercial and that thing and that new object and this new piece of furniture and that beautiful cloud pattern. But how often do we actually sit and resonate with that sound frequency within our hearts of love? That huge, great, open well of eternity and forgiveness that sounds eternally. How often do we sit and just resonate with that? It's not often. So Samadhi Game asks us to take time to just say these words that say what we're doing. We're doing this. We're resonating with this. We're establishing this thought form of perfection, rather than establishing a way to make money, or a way to house ourselves, or a way to buy a car, or a way to get even with someone.
Wei Qi.
We're establishing the Wei Qi about us. This Chinese, they know this establishment of this aura of light about us, which is protective. Do that and nothing can touch you. Let's go on and give some more of these mantras. By the way, I just wanted to tell you how beautiful you are in this white dress. I just adore this beautiful white. And this is what we're doing today, is we're turning the page. Mm-hmm. We're saying this is a clean white page, a clean white slate. Let's start all over. Let's take a breath. Let's breathe in the glory and breathe out all the pain and the agony and the suffering and the anxiety and the fear and the jealousy and the resentment and the revenge. Breathe it out. And breathe in the glory and the wonder and the forgiveness and the joy and the sharing and the knowing that all people on this planet are created equal under the eyes of God, with love in their hearts, joy to give. There's no demons in that creation. It's all bliss. It's just choice. It's the free will that we choose moment to moment that adds up and creates either bounty or poverty. Come on, let's give some more mantras. Let's give the heartfelt, tangible samadhi. O great Spirit, O mighty I Am Samadhi at the center of all creation, radiant with illuminating fire, O heartfelt parent of all sons and sons, pour forth that life-giving power, and fan the spark of that divinity on the altar of my heart. Amplify and magnify this spark by the fire breath of the whole I Spirit, into the potent God flame that I am. Oh, the shimmering fountain of life, that I hear, feel, smell, taste, and see within me. I choose this constant cascade of liquid light, actively receiving its shimmering directive radiance, tangibly and powerfully manifest in my experience. I open the innermost temple of love within this evident, ebullient, celestial, cosmic fire. I manifest that life and light for our healing and regeneration, letting the breadth, height, fullness, and crown of the solar radiance of the sun behind the sun appear. I stand forth. Revealed in and through me is the neutral witness that Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun, conscious awareness. I want to just take us back for a moment and say thank you and welcome to our visitors, and underscore that we are taking all of this energy beyond separate understandings of God consciousness into this this understanding that we are all created in the image of the divine. We are all created with this ability to move into this light, whether we call God Allah or Christ or Buddha, however we say the name. Today is a day of forgiveness beyond religious separations, beyond hatreds, beyond resentments. We're moving forward today. We're choosing love. We're choosing forgiveness 70 times 7. So come on with us and let's continue on. I am the visible, audible, and tangible flame of eternal life, breathing the scintillating prana-chi from the source to the root of my being. Liquid rays of light, flooding my chakras, seated upon their lotus thrones of love. Molten gold of enlightenment, shivering this ascension up my spine, crowning my awareness with the diamond rays of attainment. And here we can practice this breath that we all know, we've all breathed in and out all day long. And how often do we actually look at it and watch it? Practicing the breath helps us to watch this primal duality of our beings, this in-breath and this out-breath, which ties us to our bodies. So let's go ahead and practice the saga breath. Breathing out and exhaling, letting that energy rise to the top of the head with the exhale. Breathing in and feeling this momentum, this nourishment flood down into the body. And breathing out again and feeling this tingle up the spine. Breathing in and feeling the whole body become nourished with this light. And as you breathe out, you can contract the perineum a little bit as a Kegel and feel this trampoline of the light up to the spine. As you breathe in again, feel this nourishment and place the tongue at the top of the roof of the mouth to close the circuit. So this is a yoga. Breathing in and breathing out. And continuing our mantra. As the white fire being of my heart, I dynamically emanate and transmit this audible, tangible, fragrant, delectable, and visible substance of living samadhi as creativity and direction. I am a sun in the palace of the shining void, this temple a glistening world of infinite space, the process of my transformations, sounding the melodies, harmonies, and rhythms of the great solar symphony. I am the dazzling flame of life, here and now, because I am nowhere else but everywhere forever. I am Samadhi's palpable joy, tactile glory, and felt perfection of boundless being. I am that, I am that, I am that. I am, and in here pronounce the name that you would give yourself if you were standing in all glory right now. If you were standing in all forgiveness, if you were standing in all oneness with all of the human race, if you are standing with your brothers, whether they be Christian, Buddhist, Muslim, Jain, Hindi, however you want to say the name of the religion, how would you say that name if your heart were full and open and forgiven, and you were standing in complete joy, freedom, and courage? Say it. I am the Ascended Master Gregory Donald Brinkley, living super yogi brilliance. And for you, I am, again, I am an embodiment, an embodiment, an embodiment. I am oneness lived. Now,
We should
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was going to say, when we say that name, I wanted to just say how people don't believe themselves to be that name. And you can say that
Except
name.
if you're at the top of a ski mountain and you have to go down a diamond, you have to say, I can do this.
You have to buck it up. You do.
Because if you can say, I can't, then I stand parallel to the mountain and go, and I take the shoes off and I throw the skis down and I walk down the mountain. But that actually takes courage too. Because you have to say, I don't care what people say of me. I'm walking down because I'm not breaking my back again.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love when you walk down the mountain.
I'm going down there. That's it. Forget it.
It's so true. Each of us, whether we say these mantras, whether we've been meditating for 30 years, whether we've been saying affirmations for 30 years, whether we were born close to being a Christ or a Buddha, each of us, whether we have $1 million in the bank or whether we have nothing, each of us has moments in our lives when we have fear, when we have question as to our ability to live fully into that presence of divinity that we are. It's a constant bringing forth. It's a constant act of tantra, of bringing forth that light into the physical world. Oh, look who's looking.
Oh, look at, yeah. She's like, get me in here.
Marlena, our cat, who's a part of our broadcast often.
She hears us doing samadhi and she says, I want in too.
So,
loves it.
Yeah. And so that's the idea is that we have these two faces that we wear. We wear a face of fear and anger and jealousy and frustration and lash back and at the demons that we perceive around us, outside of us. But let's look within and let's see the divinity within. Let's externalize the divinity that's within us. Let's move forward and give the affirmations of Samadhi game. Actually, you know what I thought we'd do today?
What?
I thought we'd do a square.
Of what?
A square.
I know.
And I thought we'd do it of, and I'll let you write it because you have more beautiful handwriting than I. The desire for and the fear of.
Mm-hmm.
We could just say today is remembering 9/11.
Fear of 9/11?
The desire, the fear of remembering 9/11.
Okay.
Okay, and then the desire for and the fear of forgetting 9/11. Or forgiving. Let's say forgiving 9/11. And we could probably even say remembering and revenging.
Okay.
So
They want to start with desire? Because I put it on the wrong side, but...
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Or for the fear of remembering and revenge is
The fear
of remembering is carrying it on. Right?
carrying it on, the fear of carrying on, the fear of perpetuating darkness, the fear of also there's just the plain fear of fear itself, the fear of being frightened, the fear of the potential again,
Yeah.
the fear of being hit again, the
Yep.
fear of the revenge, the fear of revenge,
Terrorism. Fear of terrorism.
the fear of terrorism, the fear of backlash, the fear of and what do we get out of this fear? We get out of this fear, out of this revenge.
That's here. A desire for.
Oh, I see. This is the fear of the repulsion to it. Yeah, that's right. You're right. The repulsion of why do we not want to see?
Desire for 9/11 revenge and remembering is the desire for is what?
Let me just turn that there. The desire for fear or revenge is the desire for, I'm right, you're wrong. The desire to
play
play
the
God.
victim.
Play the victim, yeah. Play the victim. Good God. This is a huge victim consciousness thing, isn't it?
It is, but listen, we destroyed other countries because of this.
Mm-hmm.
We wiped them clean, like they had thousands of years of heritage that are just wiped off the map.
Mm-hmm.
Families destroyed, children maimed, and we got our revenge. We just,
Desire for 9/11. The desire for 9/11 is the desire for reason to hate. It gives me a reason to hate.
Mm-hmm.
It justifies my hate. Justifies my anger. It justifies a retaliatory strike. Okay, so
fear of forgetting.
Forgetting and forgiving. The fear of forgetting and forgiving is like, oh my gosh, I'll be vulnerable.
Means nothing. Yeah.
I'll be vulnerable. The fear of it is I'll be vulnerable. I'll be taken advantage of. I'll be hurt. I'll be thought weak.
Disrespectful.
I'll be disrespected.
Okay.
And the desire for forgetting and forgiving.
Forgetting is moving on.
Moving forward.
Moving forward.
Moving forward. New life. Desire for a new life. Desire for love. Desire for friendship. Desire for fun. Forgiveness. Desire for wealth and abundance.
And this, how do we get to that?
And then
Understanding?
And then what
Compromise?
to get to this?
No, in between.
Okay. In between. We have to find, then the idea with squares is that we've mapped out the dual human ego. We've mapped out what it is that's been catching us in its squares. And then we find a point somewhere in between remembering and revenge and forgiving and forgetting. What would you say it would be? Somewhere between that middle would be...
Compassion? No.
Compassion would be a good one. Compassion.
Understanding.
Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Honor.
Yeah.
Honor. We can say honor is in the middle. And then we draw a spiral through it. We honor those that, and this is what it looks like. This is what the square technique looks like. And by doing this, we actually have an opportunity to look at it and feel it for all it's worth from a sort of a neutral perspective rather than having it sneak up on us from behind and bite us and take advantage. So honoring those that passed, honoring the potentials for the future, honoring all ways to divinity, honoring the divine within each of us, honoring the ability to move forward. We have another person here.
She loves samadhi.
She loves to be on the camera.
She does. She's such a Hollywood girl.
Yeah, Marlena. So let's go on and give another mantra here. I think we're in the middle here of this mantra.
Yeah.
In the stillness within. Oh, no, not this, nothing silence. Let's give the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, encircle me now, encircle me now, encircle me now. I am this loving splendor encircling me now. I am this living prana chi encircling me now. I am this liquid crystal fire encircling me now. I am this samadhi encircling me now. This I radiate, radiate, radiate. As the active intelligence of powerful conscious volition, that I am. I govern this exhaustless energy and precipitate all things into form. Of those who come under the radiation of this, my radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, including
everybody today who's suffering because of family members that were lost at 9/11.
Yes.
Including
your
family, my family.
Including all of the nations and peoples that have felt the repercussions of 9/11, wherever they may be, whether it be through revenge or retaliation, or through being taken advantage of in one way or another. All of our families, the Samadhi Game tribe, all of those people who will tune into this broadcast, everyone is blessed. Everyone is held in love, care, and forgiveness. And then continuing on. I ignite and I expand the illuminating cinder within their bodies, emotions, and minds into that active, perfect, and eternal garment of enlightenment. O radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, that I am. Instantly bring healing to and make art of all dual human ego in my world, opening wide the door of my heart to the ineffable, divine, and present existence in expression and expansion. I am the wide open door of my heart, flooding forth the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life in liquid white light, the enchanting essence of my electronic body, and I am Samadhi. I balance, blaze, and dazzle the threefold activity of my heart's Samadhi. Ennobling love, wisdom, and power encircles me, now and forever bringing healing to and making art of every dual human ego activity, freeing me to leap into divine union with the source of these, the shining three. I am the mighty, magic, electromagnetic circle of invincible liquid love, light, and life substance, instantly transmuting and harmonizing, healing and making art of every discordance or distraction which seeks to enter or intrude itself, creating as the I am me. I am the self-sustaining perfection of my world, enfolded in the radiant circle of healing love and the art of life and liquid white light. The Samadhi that I am, I remain. Vanish the veils of light and shade. I abide in the shining truth of divine law and the justice of eternity. I am the lake of kindness, free of disturbing conditions of inner and outer. Change back to the mantra. I am commanding all therapies within this, the inner magic of my radiant circle of healing love to be revealed with the art of life and liquid white light of Samadhi, the all-pervading, serene, and harmonizing bliss.
She's staring at you.
Marlena has been looking at us with the utmost of love.
She goes like this.
Think about it for a moment. The way a cat looks at you, the way that you're, the way that they get into that really content state, and just allow yourself to go there for a moment. Yeah, continue. Continue. Just to allow yourself to feel that good, to feel so loved, so cared for, so protected, so just relaxed and at ease, no worries. Even if the situation is dire, give yourself this homeopathic dose of bliss. It's really important. It's important that we take time out and say that. Years ago, in my family, we used to, meet for family reunions in Hawaii, and we'd have a wonderful time during the day, and we'd spend time swimming and having lunch together, and we'd just exhaust ourselves with with physical fun things to do. And then in the evening, we'd all retire to our, whether it was our individual rooms, and we'd clean, shower, and rest.
I love that.
Take a nap before dinner. We'd rest and really luxuriate. This was a time of healing. And we just knew it was the right thing to do. Even amongst all the play and all the fun, just to sit down and rest, take a pause. And it was a quiet time, and you could listen, you could hear the ocean coming and going. Here we can hear the fountain, we can hear the birds singing, we can hear the rain coming through the trees, and the wind, the breezes moving through the trees. And just luxuriate in that for a moment. That's a meditation all of itself. Meditation has so many facets, so many ways to dive deep into the soul. Let's give another mantra. Samadhi's I am, memory and momentum, the golden river of sustained enlightenment. From billowing clouds in the spotless sky of the tangible I am Samadhi, that I am, comes now a downpour of the memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment, divine direction, a drenching of mastery and dominion here and now.
Rivulets of wise
Thinking, lovely feeling, and powerful activity, converging is the eternal sweep of the sacred Ganga. The memory and momentum of love, wisdom, and power, flooding forth like a million Niagara Falls, ceaselessly descending into and around all my thoughts, feelings, and activities, including the activities. And here you can actually plot out the activities that you have. Let me just open up my calendar and see that I have a massage to give at 11 o'clock. And that's it for the day. So there's that, and we have some errands to do in town, some paperwork to do. And you literally just say what it is that's coming up for you. And then together, to harmonize and perfect them now. As Christos, as Krishna, as Buddha, as Allah, as Pharaoh, as Monarch, as the Divine Mother, Father, as the Sun-conscious neutral witness awareness, I enter this golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, here and now, bathing in the streaming memory and momentum of love, life, and light. I take command of all thoughts, feelings, and actions below the highlands of superconscious living in awareness. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. Lo, I am become the sea of mirth itself. O loving I am Samadhi that I am. O Ganesha, O great divine director and the great karmic board that I am. I invoke your memory and momentum of sustained enlightenment and divine direction. I am that guidance now. I am that courage and strength that acts. And in my attention to my men with me, women with Robbie, purpose, plan, focus, freedom, dharma, and death, I hold my scepter of dominion and power sustained. From the joyous I am Samadhi that I am, I descend in the whirlwind radiance of this Christos, Krishna, Buddha, Allah, Pharaoh, Monarch, Divine Mother, Father, Sun, conscious awareness. I envelop my four lower bodies with the unbroken thrill of the neutral witness and unique sexual essence, and I stand guard over my entire consciousness, being and world, 24/7. O eternal I am Samadhi, beyond all imagination of expectancy. I charge my physical, emotional, mental, and etheric bodies with that memory and momentum of full conscious realization, as I issue the following command to all the polarized human creation and ego etched in my pranas, chakras, and meridians, and those of the entire planetary body. I just want to say this, in what happens with karmas is they get etched in the pranas, with this prana is this energetic form. It's all energy, it's all moving, it's all flowing. And we can move it where we will, and we establish rivulets and we establish rivers of energy. And it becomes habit, it becomes memory. And it gets etched in these pranas, in our chakras, and in these meridians that the Chinese talk about. And they say, oh, there's a problem with this meridian. It's not flowing properly. It's stuck right there. And then they put a needle in and it opens it up and it moves again the way that it should. And so that's what's happening with karmas. That's what's happening with resentments, with angers, frustrations, with hate. Let's overcome it with love. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the divided light of Samadhi. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the divided light of Samadhi, which is to say, love. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the divided light of Samadhi, which is to say, love. I let the instantaneous release of the self-luminous, infinitely intelligent light substance issue forth without limit from the immortal Samadhi, which is to say, love. That I remember I am, and I charge these pranas, chakras, and meridians, thoughts and feelings, activities, and environment with the victorious memory and momentum of the golden river of sustained enlightenment and divine direction, such that all polarized human creation and ego is instantly transmuted and transfigured into refined and perfected states of awareness, action, and physicality. Let's just sit for a few moments and take in the vibrations of love. Let's take in the vibrations of contentment. Let's take in the vibrations of forgiveness. Let's think of something or someone. Maybe it's you want to hold all of 9/11 in your thought form right now. And instead of thinking resentment, revenge, retaliation, anger, hate, think, feel forgiveness, love, caring, sharing, artistic enlightenment, beauty, wisdom, economic, social freedom, and abundance. Do you think hate is going to ever create abundance? Do you think revenge will ever create economic freedom? It won't. Let's go now into love and sit with love. Sit with the nobility of love. This moment of silence. Let's just continue sitting with this nobility. Even though there's sound, let that sound help to form this void, this silence, this largesse of heart that forgives 70 times 7 and knows all of humanity as brother, sister, friend, beloved, God. Let's give another mantra. This is called Invocation, Nobility Individualized. O omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, and essence of oneness. Let's do it again. O omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent essence of oneness. Charge and fill my body, hold and heal my feelings, magnify and seal my thoughts with the nobility of that individualized, limitless, unconditional love, prescient lyrical poetry, deep and penetrating intimacy, resonant holy harmony, eternal commanding peace, clear and focused purity, fresh and crisp clarity, boundless radiant happiness, firm and steadfast faith, delicate springing hope, humble giving charity, resolve of placid patience, unruffled dispassionate poise, mature and selfless courage, mighty Herculean strength, unwavering determined fearlessness, dissolving consuming fire, blazing crystalline serenity, smooth and shining tranquility, ebullient bubbling joy, witty transmuting humor, secure and manifest abundance, pure power and dominion, determined directed dharma, that I am, here, everywhere, now and forever, in action, in action, in action. I am, here, everywhere, now and forever. In the fullness of cosmic joy, we accept this and miracles manifest here and now, with unconditional love, wisdom, and power, anchored in the earth, air, fire, water, and akasha, and tangibly manifest in our lives and the lives of all evolutions of light throughout the cosmos. This is the miracle mantra. And it seems to me that we need to replace what has been etched in the etheric, in the Akashic record, in the memory body of the planet and of New York, with the destruction of those two towers, with this love, this wisdom, this miracle of cosmic joy. So let's give this mantra again. In the fullness of cosmic joy, we accept this and miracles manifest here and now, with unconditional love, wisdom, and power, anchored in the earth, air, fire, water, and akasha, and tangibly manifest in our lives and the lives of all evolutions of light throughout cosmos. And so we manifest, we change consciousness with our imaging. The imaging is so powerful. Samadhi Game was developed to help us to create a concerted imaging. When several people come together to hold this imaging at once, the image becomes more powerful than if just one holds it. But believe me, if you're one with God, you're a majority. So keep on keeping on, even if you know not of any other ones that are joining in with you. Stay true to that consciousness of God consciousness within you. Thank you for coming today to Samadhi Game. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your being with us on a daily, weekly schedule. Thank you for giving the mantras or doing your meditations, whatever it is that brings you closer to that sense of forgiving 70 times 7 and moving forward in life with courage, nobility, and gift given gone. We're going to be here on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm going to be changing the broadcast schedule soon. So next week we'll try Mondays and Thursdays and try to continue that schedule forward and for some period of time. We'd like to spread it out a little bit so we have a little bit more coverage of the week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's a little bit closer together. We don't have as far to go between the two. We have a new website, samadhigame.com. It's all freshened up for you. The downloads are available there of the free Samadhi Game Manifesto of Enlightenment. We have a new Samadhi Game Manifesto of Enlightenment. It's been updated with new wordings and new meditations all throughout. So try to download your new copy of Samadhi Game and put it on your mobile device. Take it with you. Take it to the desert, take it to the mountaintop, take it to the ocean side, take it to the seaside, take it to a lake, and read it there and let the elemental forces all around you begin to correspond with you, because they do. All of the elements love it when you start to stand into your truth, when you start to stand into the presence of eternity. And these words bring you closer and closer into the presence of eternity. And I said stand, and she stood right up.
I'm sitting in the back.
And there's her back.
Turning around. Settling in.
All right.
Okay.
Have a
Super.
great day. We're going to leave you with a little bit of strains of music. Lots of love and joy forever. See you.